What do we got here? Girlfriend's withdrawal. She's withdrawing. Dear Bill Nye, the illiterate guy. You know what's funny? That's a funny joke, and I blew it because I can't read out loud because I'm kind of illiterate. Dear Bill Nye, the illiterate guy. Big fan of your podcast. Looking forward to others. I'll get right to it. My girlfriend and I have a very active sex life. We've been trying to stay. Sorry, I'm still thinking of why that green thumb made me laugh, and I'm not going to tell you why. Big fan of your specials. Looking forward to others. I'll get right to it. My girlfriend and I have a very active sex life, and we've been trying to stay safe during. And she recently suggested during what? And she recently suggested that we withhold from sex until she obtains birth control. Well, Jesus Christ, yes. My issue is that the apartment is a month and a half away. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Fucking rub one out. Said my BS meter is going crazy on this. All of a sudden, we can't use a condom anymore. Do you think this is cause for more concern, or am I just being paranoid? Thanks in advance and go fuck yourself. Wait a minute. That's interesting. I didn't even look at it that way. Let me reread this. My girlfriend and I have a very active sex life. We've been trying to stay safe during this time. She recently suggested that we withhold from sex until she obtains birth control. All right, and it's a month and a half away. My BS meter's going crazy. All of a sudden, we can't even use a condom anymore. No, I don't think that's cause for concern. What do you think? What do you think she's doing? That's not cause for concern. That's, you were getting the cookie, and now she took the cookies away, and you're kind of upset about it. I don't know. You're a young guy, so you want to fuck every day, and I imagine a month and a half seems like a million miles away. I'm an older guy, so I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'll jerk off like twice. I can do 6 weeks easy. No, I wouldn't. She might have, maybe one of her friends had an issue and it scared the shit out of her, and I don't know what, but what I would do is I would sit down and talk to her about it without being accusatory, and I would just say, listen, I just want to talk to you about the whole birth control thing if we could. And there's nothing women enjoy better than that guy actually saying, I would like to sit down and discuss something in a relationship. They love doing that. At least the ones that, unless they're wired like a guy. And if they are, they're like, oh, my God, shut up. And just say, listen, we've had a great sex life. Yeah, and I love you. You got to do that bullshit. That's like the beginning of a speech. You're like, welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. It's an honor to be up here. That's what you're doing. I love you. You're beautiful. You blah, 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 blah. And then you get to the fucking point and just say, listen, we had a very active sex life. We've been using a condom. Nothing's ever happened. And all of a sudden, I understand you want to be on birth control, which is cool. I'm just making sure if there's no other issue, because, I find you really attractive, and 6 weeks is a long ways away. And I was just wondering why we couldn't continue to use a condom. I'm not pressuring you. I'm just asking. Because I really want to fuck you. No, don't say that last part. That's what I would do. I'm married. I'm not dead. Dear Bill. Bill the Beguiling. I don't even know what that means. You know what's funny? You guys all the time are writing in and saying how good I am at giving out advice. I'm the classic person that's good at giving out advice, in that I give out great advice and then continue to walk around and being a complete fucking idiot. I got like everything that I just said to that fucking guy, I should be saying to myself. Why don't I do that? Why don't I sit down and just say, hey, I love you. I think you're gorgeous. Want to thank you for being here, coming here this evening. And then just be able to calmly, I don't know, I got to get rid of this fucking anger, man. I got to get rid of this shit. I don't have to get rid of it, but it can't be the default fucking emotion. Like when I was driving across Vermont and New Hampshire down to Portland, Maine, going across Route 2, the amount of times I had a mild heart attack is I'm flipping out about the douchebag driving in front of me, only to finally, when it becomes 2 lanes, go past them and see it's a cute little old lady. And that's why they're driving slow. You'd think I would learn the lesson, like, there's some old people out here, Bill. Why don't you relax? This is syrup country. They do things a little slower up here. I did. I just kept making the same mistake over and fucking over again, driving like a maniac. I made the decision to get off the fucking highway. You know what happens. You know you're going to end up behind some pickup truck pulling a couple of fucking horses for a good hour. And I still I'm an idiot. I really have to conquer that. If anybody knows how to I go through ebbs and flows where my anger issues will be way, way better. And they're still completely unacceptable, as Verzi likes to say. But then they start ramping up again, and it's just it's embarrassing. All right, anyways, I'm married, I'm not dead. Dear Bill the Beguiling. What the fuck does that mean? Look at that, like right there. What the fuck does that mean? Why couldn't I have been like, I wonder what that means? Oh, a new world. New word. New world. New word. This is just a wonderful opportunity to learn something here in my own podcast. And, I learn a lot. I learn just as much from my listeners. Why can't I do that? All right, beguile. Charm or enhance, parentheses, someone, sometime in a deceptive way. Okay, so this is sort of a compliment, but not really? Okay, here we go. Now, recently, I've been talking to a friend that I haven't heard from in a while via Facebook. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. We continued to talk and catch up, and I found out he is married and has a 2-year-old. That's fucking hilarious. That should come out immediately. All right. While away, he asked me to, while away somewhere, when he was on the internet, he asked me to send him some sexy pictures. See, right there, the fact that we went back and forth a number of times before he said he's married and has a 2-year-old. That's not that should be immediately, boom. You're supposed to do that immediately. I'm married, boom, done. All right, so this doesn't go in a weird fucking way because we used to fuck, right? Isn't that what's supposed to happen? He said, I said no and responded, aren't you married? He replied, I'm married. I'm not dead. Oh, God. He's also been flirting with me a lot. I think it's disrespectful to his wife and to ask me for something like that when I'm sure it would help his marriage by making her feel attractive if he asked her. What? This was such an interesting email. Did I read it wrong? I think it is disrespectful to his wife to ask me for something like that when I'm sure it would. I'm just going to say wouldn't. It wouldn't help his marriage by making her feel attractive. I'm sure it would help his marriage if he asked her to send him some pictures. Okay, some sexy pictures. She said, I also think the flirting is disrespectful. I'm a lady, by the way. What do you think? Well, yeah, you're obviously right, but I am also wondering, why do you continue to talk to this guy? You reached out to him. You didn't know he was married. Okay, he doesn't say he's married. So it started to go down. No. And then you found out he was married and had a 2-year-old. All right, so he keeps it going. And then when he's away, he asks you to send him some sexy pictures. And you responded and you said no, and you said, aren't you married? You knew he was married. He said he was married. Why did you keep hanging around? And now he's continuing to flirt with you. Why are you still talking to this guy? What's going on with you? Yeah, why are you continuing to talk to this guy? This is a no-brainer. Yeah, he shouldn't be doing this. This is completely not what you're supposed to be doing if you are married. All right? I'm not judging anybody in this fucking thing. I'm just saying that he shouldn't be doing that. And if you are offended by it, you shouldn't continue to talk to the guy. So, okay. So I guess, okay, so wait. So you don't send him the pictures, but you continue to talk to him. Then he's been flirting with you. and you think it's disrespectful. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah. It's disrespectful because he already said the sexy pictures thing, so it already brought it into a bad fucking. This guy would bang you if you'd let him, basically. So he already brought it into a bad area. Do I think flirting is disrespectful? Online, absolutely. If you're at work, I mean, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, we're at work. I don't know. It depends on the level of it. But, you know, what are you supposed to fucking do? Like, I'm not one of those guys. If I drive down the street, okay, like, I got to tell you, when I was in L.A., I was at a stoplight by myself, and this dude jogging by, I swear to God, he looked like Marvel Comics couldn't draw a more jacked guy. Like, I looked at him and I went, Jesus Christ. His back was shredded. The guy had no fat on him whatsoever, and he's jogging down the street, no shirt on, no nothing. I mean, this guy must be fucking everything in Hollywood. Even I'm sitting there going, Jesus Christ. Now, if my wife was there, what am I going to do? He wins. I'll tell you right now, if I ran down the street with my shirt off, that would be the end of my career. So what am I going to do? I'm going to get mad that she's looking at this fucking statue with this goddamn Greek god running down the fucking street. Greek god via Africa. You know, what am I going to, what the fuck? I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit. I don't. I don't know. You don't want to talk to me when it comes to this type of stuff. It's one of these, when I look at that stuff, like, I always look at it like it shouldn't be done. It's the Chris Rock bit. You shouldn't do it, but I understand. It's fucking, that's why the internet, it's terrible. It's terrible when it comes to that shit because back in the day, you wouldn't be able to get in touch. Tom Green has this fucking unbelievable bit on this. Watch his special. I hope he did his bit on Facebook. He does this fucking unbelievable bit on it. Where it's just there. It's just fucking there. It's harder than ever not to fuck around, I guess. I don't know. But is he doing something wrong? Yeah. But I don't understand why I would ask yourself why you're still talking to the person. I mean, you reached out. That's what I'm guessing. You reached out to him because you're single right now is what I'm guessing. This was somebody maybe you had a fling with back in the day or, you know, maybe you always wanted to when you reached out. Maybe that's what you're doing. And then all of a sudden, you know, you find out he's married and has a kid. And then all of a sudden he shows that he would fuck around on his wife. And you're like, wow, this isn't the guy I thought he was. So you continue to do more follow-up questions just so you, in your own way you can get this guy out of your head because you're seeing what a dirtbag he is. I got to tell you this. I'm married, I'm not dead is a fucking terrible line. That's the line you say to your guy friend in the bar. You know? And she fucking says blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you know, can you believe she said that? I mean, I'm fucking married. I'm not dead. That's something you say to a gay. You don't say that to a woman. Jesus Christ, that's terrible. That's just blunt force trauma of truth. It's a 1-2 punch. He shouldn't have done that. All right, whatever.